Welcome. Scott here. Today I am going to bring you another video on Black Clover Mobile. In this video, I will be covering the new game mode, Wanted. The mode is actually a missions board where you can tackle the missions posted there. The board will refresh every day. Please take note that every Wanted mission has a time limit to tackle. In the Wanted mode, you can clear various types of Wanted poster missions and obtain rewards. We are limited to clear 3 per day. You can do more than 3 clears, but make sure you choose the 3 clears that give you the most coins. You can obtain Wanted poster missions for free every day from the Wanted list, and you can obtain extra Wanted posters by completing the Wanted poster mission. Alternatively, you can get more posters by spending 350 stamina to claim a poster. There are 3 types of Wanted poster missions. Each type of Wanted poster mission can be played on either easy, normal, or hard difficulty. Based on the difficulty, Wanted effects are applied, and you must deal a certain amount of damage. The higher the difficulty, the more coins you will get. You will get 10 coins for clearing an easy mission, 15 coins for a normal mission, and 30 for clearing a hard mission. Here are the 3 types of Wanted posters missions. Capture King Woofs. For this mode, you must defeat as many King Woofs as possible within a limited number of turns. The more King Woofs you defeat, the higher the level of King Woofs get. King Woofs do not attack game users. Monsters attack. For this mode, you must defeat as many monsters as possible within a limited number of turns. The more monsters you defeat, the higher the levels of monsters get. Monsters attack game users. Surpass limits. For this mode, you must deal as much damage as possible to the enemies within a limited number of turns. You can set up mages of various attributes to strike the monsters' weak points and deal more damage to them. This is the hardest mode among the trio, as whether you can clear the stage will heavily dependent on the gears and skills investment that you have on your mages. Before I go in depth on each class of mission, let me cover on the additional features that you need take note of. Wanted effects are buffs that are applied to Wanted stages. They become applied randomly upon obtaining a Wanted poster mission. Click on the scroll icon to learn more about the effect that will be applied. You will also see the requirements needed before you tackle the stage. Different Wanted effects are applied based on the difficulty of a Wanted poster mission. So try to devise strategies and clear missions based on the Wanted effects. Now let's cover on the points and rewards system. You can earn bonus points upon clearing each Wanted poster mission and obtain bonus rewards once you accumulate a certain amount of bonus points. If you obtain the final rewards, bonus points and the reward list will reset. So target to clear Wanted poster missions every day to obtain bonus rewards. As at now, the rewards list are: accumulate a total of 50 coins will get you 2 LR gear selection chest. Accumulate a total of 100 coins will get you another 3 more LR gear selection chest. Accumulate a total of 150 coins will get you 10 gear substats changing stones. Accumulate a total of 200 coins will get 10 rare enchantment stone summon box. Accumulate a total of 250 coins will get you a LR accessory summon chest. Okay. Let's start the ball rolling. I will be covering the Capture King Woof and Monsters Attack missions together since they are pretty much similar. Let's start off with the Capture King Woof. Generally, you need to kill as many woofs as possible within the allocated phase requirements. Overall, you have up to 5 turn phases to clear it. The way that the fight operates is quite to the world boss fight. The stage will end once you reach the objective. In general, woofs don't attack your party unlike mobs. Whenever you kill a woof, another woof will join in. When fighting the woof, do take note that it will escape after 1 turn when it enters resting mode. Make sure you kill them off before they escape. On the right of the screen, I have highlight the key features that you can find on a Woof mission poster. In my opinion, this is the easiest stage among the 3 Wanted staged missions. Now let's cover the Monsters Attack Wanted mission. The stage is similar to the Capture King Woofs mission, except you will fight mobs which can deals lot of damage your party if you aren't careful. Because of this, there are several means of tackling the stage. You can either deny the enemy's turns by constantly draining their stamina. But for hard difficulty, there will be a limit to this and the boss will eventually get their turn. Please do take note that boss could one-shot your unit if you didn't give your units good defense gear pieces or high defense substats. The enemies could also inflict electrocute, which will deal continuous damage to your party. As such, it is best to allocate a healer and use units with damage mitigation buffs like barrier or total defense. The wanted effects have some random effects that you might want to read before you tackle the stage. Knowing the rules and how to take advantage of them will make your run significantly easier. So who should I bring to tackle these stages? As you will be fighting a group of enemies, you generally need to bring a unit that could reliably deal lots of heavy AoE damage. But having just AoE damage alone won't be sufficient to clear the mission on hard mode. In order to meet hard difficulty wanted missions requirements, you need to kill up 32 to 35 mobs within 5 turns. To do that, other than having a good AoE attacker, you can consider bringing units who have extra turn mechanics, a healer, and Charlotte for the other 3 members. If you are tackling the Capture the King Woof wanted mission, you can drop the healer for another AoE attacking unit. You might want to ask why Charlotte. Charlotte has a marked debuff from her skill 2 that allows a unit to take extra turn upon defeating an enemy. Let's say if Julius defeat 3 mobs with Mark with his skill 2. He will get 3 extra turns. So you can spread it out and use that to your advantage. However, at base skill level, you have a coin toss probability of 50% chance. I would recommend you to invest at the skill until it is level 2 for a 75% chance. If you can go to 100%, that's the best case and Charlotte will become a viable option for PvP as well. Now let's cover on the other supporting cast. Attackers that have great AoE damage are Swimsuit Noelle, Hateful Fana, and Fana. The other AoE attacking options are sub-attacker options as they don't have the damage potencies of the trio that I have mentioned earlier. You can use debuffers who deal AoE damage like Lotus, Rhya, and Noelle. If you are lacking AoE damage dealers, don't be surprised that Sruno could help the cause if you give him good gear with good investment in his skills. Witch Queen has 2 AoE abilities, so she can be a decent sub-damage dealer. There are some good units with a heavy attack special and AoE skill 2 that you can use for the stages like Spirit Dive or Julius, but for them to excel for hard mode, you will need to get Charlotte's mark debuff trigger rate to 100%, in other words, you need invest in her skill 2 till level 4 enhancements. If you don't have AoE damage dealer, you can abuse Mark or use units who gain extra turns upon killing a target like Julius, Mirioliana, and Ceremony Magna. To ensure your units can use their strong abilities, units with strong SP refiller mechanics like Party Mimosa, Valkyrie Armor Noelle and Ceremony Charlotte are good options to be deployed here. To ensure your party has more turns to act, you can bring mobility buffers like Finral, Valtos, Rhya or William. You can also bring mobility drainer to constantly drain the enemy's stamina with Julius, Swimsuit Spirit Dive and Lotus. The last part is the healers. Witch Queen won't be reliable for healing as she needs to have continuous damage instances for her healing utility. So I will recommend you to bring a designated healer that is shown on the screen. As the King Woof don't attack your party, you won't need to use healers for that mission. So you can substitute them with another attacker. A sample of a team comp that you can use to tackle Capture King Woof hard stage is Julius, Hateful Fana, Swimsuit Noelle, and Charlotte. A sample of a team comp that you can use to tackle monsters attack hard stage is Swimsuit Charmy, Hateful Fana, Swimsuit Noelle and Charlotte. Before I proceed to the overview of Surpass Your Limits wanted mission, let me showcase my runs. Now let's cover the toughest mission set of the lot. This is probably the hardest mode among the list as you need a mage with nuking capabilities, high critical rate and high critical damage. The prerequisite to clear the hard mode is that you need to have cleared the Hall of Illusions 85. In general, the requirements to meet for hard difficulty is that you are required to deal 1.8 million HP damage to the boss within 5 to 7 turns. We will fight a living armor and its attribute type will be different for every mission poster. Firstly, let me cover briefly on its passive. Like other bosses, it has the following immunity passives. It is immune to silence, total silence, status ailments, taunt, enhanced taunt, reduced mobility, mobility depletion and reduced speed. Now let's focus on its key moveset. Focus is a single target HP attacking ability. Its next ability, Ground Strike, is an AoE ability that inflicts brand on your party for 3 turns. Brand is a nasty continuous damage instance debuff that deals at 25% of your unit's HP. You can consider bringing Clover Academy Noelle if you have her. Her skill 2 can convert those brand into heals for your party. It can buff itself with Rally, which grant itself the protection buff that reduces incoming damage by 60%. If you dispel the buff, the boss inflict itself with a reduced defense level 5 debuff for 2 turns. Its special ability Overdrive deals damage to all targets while inflicting a reduced all attack level 4 debuff on all targets. This will cripple your damage. Throughout the fight, you will see attribute boxes or weak points below the boss HP bar. Deal the damage with the unit of corresponding attribute will inflict attribute weakness that could trigger a concentrated attack debuff or increased damage taken debuff inflicted on the boss. For example, let's say the boss has 3 blue and 2 red weak points. So, you need to attack it with red units twice and attack it with blue units another 3 times. Once you have cancel all the attribute, the boss will expose its core where you can deal significant damage to the boss. So check on the weak point first, form a suitable party against it. This will hold the key whether you meet the requirements. On the screen, you can see the mages that you can bring to tackle this fight. In general, the attacking gear on your key attacker is important. If you are unable to clear Hall of Illusions 85 or recent Plechidna Raid Part 6, you can forget about tackling the stage on hard difficulty. In general, you need to have strong enchantment on your attacker gear with relatively high critical rate and critical damage substats. I have listed down the attacker or mages with capable nuking abilities on the screen. As the boss has mechanics that can lower your HP, Black Asta is good option if you have good critical rate and critical damage stats on his gear. You can bring Witch Queen to have her activate anti-magic for Black Asta and have him nuke the boss once the coast is clear. Units with buff-based extra attack mechanics like Rhya, Ceremony Yami, Clover Academy Jack and Kyoto are also solid options for this. We have an upcoming Chaos Attacker Mage, Black Suit Zora, and he is another damage dealer, but do take note that he won't help in doing attribute weakness damage. The boss has an annoying protection buff from its Rally ability. Getting it removed or prevent the boss from activating it holds the key whether you can meet the requirements. Units with Dispel utility are Party Costume Noelle, Lotus, and Rhya. Only Party Costume Noelle's Dispel is guaranteed from her special. Both Lotus and Rhya have 50% chance of dispelling the buff. If you max Lotus special, he has a 60% chance of removing the buff. You can also inflict buff immunity debuff on the boss first before it activates the protection buff. Units that can inflict buff immunity debuff are Nebra, Rhya, Noelle and Geldra. Nebra can inflicts the debuff via her skill 2 if you have her skill page. The others can inflict via their combo attack with a decent chance. In the future, we have Party Noelle who can lower buff duration that allows opposition buffs to lapse faster. As with most nuker setups, buffs holds the key whether you can nuke the boss. You need to boost your attacker attack, critical rate, and critical damage while lowering the boss defenses with debuffs such as Defense Down and Incapacitate. Before I end the video, let me showcase the runs that I done for these stages. The first one is tackling it on normal while the other 2 runs will be on hard. Hopefully, the video has provide useful insights for you on how to tackle the event. If you like the video, please do give it a like. Please subscribe to the channel so that I can bring you more Black Clover mobile content.
This is going